Yeah. Hmm.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Kakashabita. Kakasha, Shama, you know, you guys can join the new class from tomorrow, okay? At 4 o'clock, 4 to 5:30 will be the timing. Okay, Kakasha, from the beginning, from the start, from unit 1. Pass me the remote.
Good evening, sir.
Hey, Rishikesh, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So, friends, we are going to start with the audio that I sent yesterday, the interview with the astronaut on ISS. Right? Did you listen to that in our conversation? Did you listen? Yeah. And I'm glad, Renu, that you are listening to my advice. Trust me, Renu, I understand your strengths a lot better now. Okay. So I suggested this that you just listen because I'm pretty sure, you'll benefit so much more from just listening. And notes and all, you can take, no problems when you watch the recording. I uploaded the recording yesterday. I'll upload today's recording too tonight.
Good evening, sir.
Hey, Shubhankar, good evening. So, friends, I'm going to play the audio. Listen to the audio first. 10.8.
Tape script 10.8. An interview with an astronaut.
Soichi, what exactly is your job?
I'm an aeronautical engineer, and I'm a JAXA astronaut.
What is JAXA?
JAXA is the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency.
What did you study at university?
Well, I studied engineering, of course. Aeronautical engineering.
Where did you study? Which university?
I studied at the University of Tokyo, and I graduated in 1991.
Which part of Japan are you from?
I'm from Yokohama, Kanagawa, which is part of Tokyo.
Are you married?
Yes, and I have 3 children.
What do you like doing when you're on Earth?
Well, I guess my hobbies are jogging and basketball, and I like skiing and camping with my kids.
What are you doing on the space station at the moment?
I'm doing quite a few spacewalks. I'm going out into space, and I'm checking the instruments on the outside of the space station to make sure they're working properly.
You're part of the Russian crew. What does this mean?
It means that my commander is Oleg Kotov from Roscosmos, and I'm working in his team. We're studying weather conditions in space, and we're doing experiments with plants to see how they grow in zero gravity.
What do you do when you aren't working?
Well, I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on Earth. And I think how lucky I am to be here. And I wish that everyone could see the Earth from space. Maybe people would stop fighting if they could see how beautiful our planet is.
Tape script.
So that was one listening experience for you. I played it once so that you guys know what you listened to. And have you answered these 7 questions already, guys?
Yes, sir.
Who does he work for?
He works for
JAXA.
JAXA, yeah.
He works for JAXA.
JAXA.
What is JAXA?
JAXA is aero
Japan,
space agency. Japan aerospace.
It's the space agency for Japan. It's the
Yeah,
space agency for
Japan.
Indian Space Agency is called
ISRO.
ISRO. Indian Space called Divyanshu. Indian Space Agency is called ISRO, right?
ISRO, yeah.
American Space Agency is called NASA.
It's called NASA.
And Japanese Space Agency is called
JAXA.
JAXA.
Yeah.
10.8.
What did he study?
He studied aeronautical engineering.
Aeronautical engineering, yeah, at Tokyo University.
He studied aeronautical engineering, right?
Aeronautical engineering. Yes.
He studied aeronautical engineering.
Sir, my camera will be off today.
Okay, Purva.
An interview with an
Where is he from?
He's from Tokyo, Kanagawa, Yokohama.
Yeah. Is he married?
Yeah,
He's married and he has got 3 children.
Yes. What are his interests on Earth?
He like basketball play.
Yeah.
Basketball.
He has couple of hobbies like basketball, skiing, and camping with his children.
Right. What is he doing on the space station?
He's doing some important work like going out into space and checking whether the instruments is going on is working.
Yes. He is doing spacewalks now.
Yeah.
He's going outside his space station to check the instruments, whether they are working properly or not. What does he do when he isn't working?
When he got a free time, he looked down. He just looking down on Earth and thinking how lucky he is to be here, to be there in the space, on space.
Right. What does he think about?
He wished if people see from the space to Earth, there would not be any fight.
Earth is.
He thinks about people on Earth. He thinks about
people on Earth.
And he thinks about why they fight.
Yes, why they fight.
He thinks about why they fight. He also believes, he also thinks that if people could see how beautiful our planet is, perhaps they would stop fighting.
Yes.
Okay, time to listen to the audio and understand it line by line.
Astronaut.
Soichi, what exactly is your job?
Everybody can hear the audio clearly?
Yes, sir.
Soichi, what exactly is your job? Soichi, what exactly is your job? Listen.
Astronaut.
Soichi, what exactly is your job?
Now it's clear. Soichi, what exactly is your job? Soichi, आपका काम है क्या exactly? क्या करते हैं आप? What exactly is your job? All right, we understand you are an astronaut, but what exactly is your job? An astronaut goes into space, right? An astronaut goes into space.
Space.
What does he do there? Different people do different things. Okay? Just say, beta, when I say scientist, he's a scientist. So scientists, there are all different kinds of scientists, right? They are scientists in physics. There are scientists who work in chemistry. There are scientists who work in biology. They're all scientists, but their jobs are very different, right, beta? So she says, what exactly is your job?
I'm an aeronautical engineer.
I am an aeronautical engineer. Aeronautical. I would like to tell you the word aeronautical. Let's go to the
Aeronautical.
dictionary. Aeronautical. What is the word?
Aeronautical. Aeronautical.
Take a look at this word here. Aeronautical, relating to the science of designing, building, and operating aircraft. Aircrafts means, you understand? Aeroplanes, fighter jets, they are called aircrafts, okay? So, operating aircrafts, designing aircraft, building aircraft, an aeronautical engineer. So, what does an aeronautical engineer design? Building? No.
No.
An aeronautical engineer doesn't design buildings.
Building.
An aeronautical engineer designs planes, fighter jets. Understand? Aeronautical engineering, aeronautical science. Okay. Is my phone ringing? Is my phone ringing? Bring it to me. Give me a second, people. Hello? Wait for a second. Let me check the PDF that I've sent. Give me a second. Yes, that's right. There is a problem. There is a problem. Look at the page number at the bottom of the page. What does it say? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's all right. But I no issue. I did mention page number 7 and then page number 8 on the back of that. The even number should be bigger. Yeah. Well, where were we? Aeronautical engineering means engineering of building aircrafts, designing aircrafts, right? That's aeronautical engineering. So this guy is an aeronautical engineer. He says, I am an aeronautical engineer.
And I'm a JAXA astronaut.
And I am a JAXA astronaut. I am a JAXA astronaut. Astronaut means someone who goes into space. All right. Those people who go into space, they are called astronauts.
Astronaut.
Do you know a famous Indian astronaut? Who? Famous Indian astronaut. Astronaut means a person who goes into space. An astronaut is a person who goes into space.
Kalpana Chawla.
Kalpana Chawla.
She was famous.
Kalpana Chawla. All right. Do you know any other Indian, astronaut, famous Indian astronaut?
Rakesh Williams.
That person is no more.
Sunita.
Sunita Williams.
That person is no more. Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh
Sharma. Yeah.
Rakesh Sharma. He was the first Indian to land on the moon. He was the first Indian to land on the moon. Rakesh Sharma. He was a very, very popular, famous Indian astronaut. Okay.
What is JAXA?
What is JAXA? A boy said, I want to be an astronaut. A boy says, I want to be an astronaut. It means he says, I want to grow up and go into
Space.
space. I want to go into space. I want to go into space. All right. I want to be an astronaut.
JAXA is the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency.
What is JAXA? JAXA is Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Every country has their own space agency. Indian Space Agency is called ISRO. American Space Agency is called NASA. And Russian Space Agency is called? You will find out in this audio. And Japanese Space Agency is called? JAXA. It is called JAXA.
What did you study at
What did you study at university? What did you study? Renu, answer. What did he study?
He studied aeronautical engineering at
Can you say
university.
that one more time, Renu?
He studied aeronautical engineering at
Very good,
University
Renu. I'm very
of
glad, very
Tokyo.
proud that you are answering perfectly well with the verb form. So the question is, what did he study? तो सारे लोग बताइए मुझे इसकी हिंदी में क्या करूं? वो क्या पढ़ता है, वो क्या पढ़ा, वो क्या पढ़ेगा, क्या करूं?
क्या पढ़ा?
क्या पढ़ा?
क्या था?
तो ये मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा कि मैं क्या पढ़ा बोलूं, क्या पढ़ेगा, क्या पढ़ता है नहीं बोलूं, कैसे पता चलेगा?
Because you use did form.
Because I use did here, है ना? Did हमें ये
क्या?
did की वजह से हम समझ जाते हैं ये पास्ट की बात हो रही है. What did he study?
Study.
What did he study? क्या पढ़ा वो?
He
What did you study?
he
उसने पूछा what did you study? He said I studied aeronautical engineering.
university?
Well, I studied engineering, of course.
I studied engineering, of course. He's an engineer. It means he studied engineering. He said I studied engineering, of course. Of course मतलब समझ गया? क्योंकि इंजीनियर है तो क्या ही पढ़ेगा? इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ के बना होगा. तो जब आंसर एकदम ऑब्वियस है तो ऑफ कोर्स मुंह से निकल आता है. आई स्टडीड इंजीनियरिंग, ऑफ कोर्स. और क्या पढ़ेंगे? इंजीनियरिंग पढ़े थे, ऐसे बोलते हैं ना. और कौन सी पढ़ेंगे? इंजीनियरिंग पढ़े थे. तो इंग्लिश में इसका कैसे बोलते हैं? आई स्टडीड इंजीनियरिंग, ऑफ कोर्स. तो ऑफ कोर्स मतलब क्या हो गया? हाँ भाई वही तो, और क्या है ना. आई स्टडीड इंजीनियरिंग, ऑफ कोर्स.
Aeronautical engineering.
Aeronautical engineering. What kind of engineering?
aeronautical.
engineering.
Not chemical engineering, right? Not computer engineering. All right. He studied aeronautical engineering.
Where did you study?
Where did you study? Where did you study?
Which university?
Which university? Where did you study? Which university?
I studied at the University of Tokyo.
I studied at the University of Tokyo. I studied at the University of Tokyo. Tokyo University. I studied at the University of Tokyo. The University of Tokyo.
And I graduated in 1991.
And I graduated in 1991. I graduated मतलब डिग्री मिल गई, पास कर गए एग्जाम, ग्रेजुएशन हो गया. I graduated in 1991.
Which part of
When did
Japan?
you graduate?
Sorry, Ravi.
When did you graduated?
When did you, Ravi, you are sitting with Apurva next to each other.
Did you graduate?
Now speak again, Ravi.
When did you graduate?
When did I graduate?
Yeah.
Well, Ravi, you know what? After I did my plus two, I gave up my studies actually, I did my plus two in 1998. And after that, I gave up my studies. I did not continue. I did my graduation very, very late in my life in 2013. I
It's
was,
very appreciative, sir, because of lots of people don't want to study, and when they gave a long gap.
I know. You see, I gave up studies in 1998 after plus two, and I was not interested in carrying on my education, of course. And much later, I got married in 2008, and then 4 years later, 2013, I graduated. Otherwise, if I had continued my education, then I would have graduated in 2001 or 2. I would have graduated in 2001 or 2. But I graduated much later, 12 years later in 2013.
And have you finished your master, or are you going to do?
Yes, I finished my master's, I think, in 2021. Again, after graduation, I took another, again, a gap year, like a lot of gap years. I did not continue because I didn't think it was necessary. But my wife was like, you have to do your master's, you have to do your master's. Then I did my master's degree, and in 2021, I got my degree.
Which university did you complete, sir, your
It
master?
is called Patliputra University.
Okay.
From?
From which university?
I'm from Yokohama,
And where are you from? Where are you from? I am from.
Kanagawa, which is part of.
What is the name, Shubhankar? You can say this better, perhaps because you know the name, right?
Kanagawa.
Kanagawa,
Yeah,
Katagawa.
yeah.
How is it part? Is it part of Tokyo?
Tokyo. It's little bit far from
It is
Tokyo.
part of Tokyo now.
Yeah.
He said,
Of Tokyo.
it is part of Tokyo.
Yokohama is part of Tokyo, but Kanagawa is not the part of Tokyo.
Oh, let's listen
Are
again.
you Which part of Japan are you from?
Which part of Japan are you from? Which part of Japan are you from? You are from Japan, okay. Which part of Japan are you from?
I'm from Yokohama, Kanagawa.
I am from Yokohama, Katagawa.
Kanagawa.
Kanagawa. Renu is laughing. I didn't pronounce it correctly. That's why, Renu.
Yeah.
She is laughing because she pronounces well when she speaks. That's why she's
Say
laughing.
it, Renu. Say it.
No, sir, I'm laughing because you didn't pronounce well, sir. खाना गोवा काटा गोवा क्या काटा
Yokohama, Kanagawa. It's just a name, okay? It's just a name, guys. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Which is part of Tokyo.
Which is part of Tokyo. It is part of Tokyo.
Are you married?
Are you married? Are you married? शादी हो गई आपकी? Are you married?
Yes, and I have 3 children.
Yes, and I have 3 children. Yes, I'm married and I have 3 children.
3 children.
Yes, I'm married and I have 3 children.
What do you like doing when you're on Earth?
What do you like doing when you are on Earth? What do you like doing when you are on Earth? क्या करना अच्छा लगता है आपको? What do you like doing when you are on Earth? जब आप धरती पे होते हैं? What do you like doing when you are on Earth? आपको क्या करना अच्छा लगता है जब आप फ्री होते हैं? What do you like doing when you are free? Yeah. You like sleeping.
I like sleeping, sir.
You too like sleeping. Okay. Lights gone, guys. What do you like doing when you are on Earth? What do you like doing when you are on Earth? Can you see the sky?
Yeah. Maybe he's dreaming something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess my hobbies are jogging and basketball.
I guess my hobbies are. I guess my hobbies are what?
Jogging,
Jogging
basketball,
and basketball. And
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 skiing.
I guess my hobbies are jogging and basketball.
I guess my hobbies are jogging and basketball. उसने ऐसा क्यों बोला? I guess. वो guess कर रहा है. Okay. It is a way to say something without being very confident. You know, you don't want to sound very assertive. इससे तो हमको जॉगिंग अच्छा लगता है, बास्केटबॉल ठीक लगता है. देखे तो हमको तो लगता है कि बास्केटबॉल हमको अच्छा लगता है. So some people talk like this or not?
Yeah.
And some people talk very confidently. हमको बास्केटबॉल पसंद है, right? So
Yes.
if you want to speak very confidently, very assertively, will you use I guess? No.
No.
But if you
No.
don't want to sound very assertive, वैसे देखा जाए तो मतलब हमको तो लगता है कि हमको घर ही पे रहना ज्यादा चाहिए. I guess I enjoy being at home better. Okay. So I guess makes your statement less assertive. कम assertive बना देता है. Assertive मतलब जो जो होता है ना, एकदम डायरेक्ट बोल रहे हो, एकदम सॉलिड बोल रहे हो, उसको assertive बोलते हैं. जैसे मुझे बास्केटबॉल सबसे ज्यादा पसंद है, ये assertive है, एकदम सामने से सीधा, एकदम यही है, कॉन्फिडेंट. इसमें हम थोड़े से ये नहीं साउंड करते, लेस सर्टेन नहीं साउंड करते, इसमें पूरे सर्टेन साउंड करते हैं. लेकिन समटाइम्स हम लोग लेस सर्टेन साउंड करना चाहते हैं, ऐसे बोलते हैं, ऐसे तो देखा जाए तो हमको तो लगता है, ऐसे करते हैं. तो क्या हुआ, आपने क्यों बोला इतना सारा शब्द लेस सर्टेन साउंड करने के लिए? इन इंग्लिश यू कैन यूज आई गेस. I guess my hobbies are jogging and windsurfing. Sorry, jogging and basketball.
And I like skiing.
And I like what?
Skiing.
Skiing.
And I like skiing and camping.
I like skiing. I like skiing and camping
Camping.
My kids.
with my kids. I like camping with my kids. What is camping? I'm going to show you because I know we don't do camping. So let's see the pictures of camping.
It's interesting.
You go to the jungles, the forest, in a tent. See? You have a tent, okay? You cook like this, you sleep in a tent. This is called camping.
Camping.
Do you think it is an exciting thing to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apurva, you should go camping with your husband.
I will try, sir.
But you know, to a safe place.
Yeah.
It can be risky, na? If some bad people
Yeah.
come there, then you are helpless, right?
Yes, sir. But nowadays he is so busy.
Of course. You know, when you have a family, you have to be busy, you have to think about a lot of things. But I think when you go camping in a country like India, it's a good idea to carry a gun
Yeah.
for your protection, for your safety.
Yes, sir.
Camping. Who would you like to go camping with? Who would you like to go camping with? Sanyogita ma'am is not here today.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. She's absent.
Irshad is not here today. Who would you like to go camping with? I think
I'd like to go with my friends.
friends. I think I was
Yeah.
going to say, I know you would say your wife, of course.
Yeah, it's maybe it will not be a fun.
She's there. She's there. She can hear you.
No, he's wearing headphones.
Okay, she cannot
So,
understand what we are talking about. Okay. All right. Renu, what about you? Who would you like to go camping with, if you would like to go camping at all?
Yes, sir, I would like go with my friends and my sister also.
Friends.
And
Would
my
you keep
sister.
would you keep your sister with you?
Yes, sir, and my sister.
Yeah, your friends and your sister. Ravi, Bhola Bhaiya, who would you like to go camping with? Sorry. Yeah, try. No, no, you are in the same room. That's why. Okay. Because you are in the same room with her. So there is a little problem with the mic. Zoom doesn't allow two people to join the meeting from the same place. The mic starts taking the feed of the other.
I would like to go with my brother, sir.
I know you are saying this to Apurva. I know you're saying this to your Bhavi, not to me. You would like to go camping with your brother, and your brother will go with who?
Of course, with me.
Uh-huh. Then why? Ravi, I am going to say something, but I'm stopping myself, you see. Okay. Uzma is here, but her network is not good. Adib, would you like to go camping, Adib?
I would like camping with my father.
You would like to go camping with your dad and your brother? Would you keep your brother with you?
Yeah,
And your mom? No, he will leave his mom. He will leave his mom behind. He will not take his mom. No, he's not going to take his mom. He wants papa son bonding time, in the camping. Not a bad idea. Okay. I would like to go camping with my wife because I'm lazy. My wife will do more than half of my work, and
This is not good reason, sir.
Sir, have you do camping before?
Have you ever been
Have you
camping?
ever
Have you ever?
been camping?
Yeah. Or have you ever, yeah, been on camping? Yeah. Well, I've never done it. Never ever. Uh,
That's why you are saying you would like to go with your wife.
no, actually, I would like to go with my wife. But again, let me tell you, Renu, what I said was partially true. That's not the only reason why I would like to take her. My first
Yes.
thing is I would like to go with her because
Hmm.
I want to spend time with her one on one. Okay. Two, when she's there, then I have to work less.
Hmm.
sir. The boy sitting back on you is sleeping.
Yeah, Divyanshu, his name is, and he's sleeping. He is just lost in his dreams. He's new to us. He has recently come to our hostel. It's been only
Oh.
10 days, 10, 15, 10 days maximum, yeah. And his English is not that great at the moment. He doesn't understand much English. Why would somebody fall asleep? Because they don't understand what we are saying. So it's easy to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you understand what you are listening to, you don't fall asleep easily. So this is a sign that his English is not so good at the moment. But I'm very sure that he will stop sleeping in a month or 2 months. He'll learn enough that he'll start enjoying listening to me. So he likes going camping with his kids.
What are you doing on the space station at
What are you doing on the space station at the moment?
the moment?
What are you doing on the space station at the moment?
I'm doing quite a few spacewalks.
I'm doing quite a few spacewalks. I'm doing quite a few spacewalks. I'm doing quite a few spacewalks. Quite a few means a small number or a big number?
big number.
No number.
Quite a few means a big number. Quite a few means a big number.
Big
I
number.
have a few friends. A small number. I have quite a few friends, a big number. Okay? Well, no, we can't sleep in this room. We are quite a few. We cannot sleep in this room. The room is small. We are quite a few. We are quite a few. हम लोग ढेर सारे हैं, है ना? नहीं हो पाएगा इस रूम में. We are quite a few. Okay. I have quite a few black jeans. I have quite a few black jeans. मतलब एक दो के ज्यादा. ज्यादा. Okay. I have quite a few black jeans. ढेर सारे black jeans है मेरे पास. I have a few white shirts. I have a few white shirts. So small number or big number?
Small number.
I have a few white shirts.
A few, like small number.
Quite a few is a big number, okay? Let's see. I'm doing quite a few spacewalks.
I'm going out into space.
I'm going out into space. I'm going out into space. हम ये कर रहे हैं, बाहर जा रहे हैं.
And I'm checking the instruments.
And I'm checking the instruments. And I'm checking the instruments. I'm checking the instruments.
On the outside of the space station.
On the outside of the space station. On the outside of the space station. I'm checking the instruments on the outside of the space station. Now, space station is like a house, okay? But the outside of the space station is loaded with instruments. See? See, what are these? So there are instruments here. Take a look at this photo. See what he's doing. He's outside, okay? So he's checking the instruments on the outside of the space station. जो space station के बाहर लगा हुआ, on the outside of the space station.
To make sure they're working properly.
To make sure they are working properly. क्यों जा के check करता है वो? To make sure they are working properly. कि सही से काम कर रहे हैं. To make sure they are working properly. अगर सही से काम नहीं कर रहे थे तो क्या करता है वो? What does he do? He fixes them. He fixes them. सही से कर देता है. To make sure that they are working properly. रात में मम्मी दरवाजा क्यों चेक करती है? To make sure that the door is locked.
That is open.
It is locked now.
The door is locked.
The door is locked.
Locked.
जाके रात में दरवाजा चेक करती है. ये देखने के लिए दरवाजा बंद है ना. To make sure that the door is locked. क्लास में टीचर बार बार पूछते, समझ गए? समझ गए? कोई प्रॉब्लम? टीचर asks this again and again. बहुत बार बोलते हैं ना. Why? To make sure that the students understand the thing. यही कि अगर कोई स्टूडेंट को दिक्कत है तो पूछ ले, दोबारा समझ जाए सब, है ना? To make sure that the students understand some things, okay, the lesson. Before you leave home for an exam, you check your bags 2-3 times. Now, you check your pockets to make sure that you have everything. Your admit card, pen, and everything, right? To make sure you have everything. यही वजह होती है ना? My mother, sometimes my brother, walks around the house, okay, at night before he goes to sleep. Why? To make sure that all the doors are locked, to make sure the lights are switched off. समझ गए? Any problems, anyone?
You're part of the Russian crew.
You are part of the Russian crew. You're part of the Russian crew. तुम तो Russian crew के हिस्सा हो ना? You're part of the Russian crew.
What does this mean?
इसका क्या मतलब होता है? कि आप Russian crew के हिस्सा हैं? Russian crew, you're part of the Russian crew. What does this mean? इसका क्या मतलब निकाले हम लोग? You are a Japanese scientist, okay? You're part of the Russian crew. What does this mean?
It means that my commander is Oleg Kotov.
It means that my commander is Oleg Kotov. My commander is Oleg Kotov.
From Roscosmos.
From Roscosmos. From Roscosmos. Abhi batao, what is Roscosmos?
Roscosmos, maybe it is a space agency of Russia.
Exactly, it is the Russian space agency, Shubhankar. Good guess. Roscosmos is the Russian space agency. In an exam, there can be a question. What is the name of the Russian space agency? What is it called? Roscosmos.
And I'm working in his team.
And I am working in his team. My commander is Olev Kotov, and he is from Roscosmos, okay? And I'm in his team. Now you understand? He is part of the Russian crew. His commander is a Russian astronaut, okay? Olev Kotov. He is part of the Russian team.
We're studying weather conditions.
We are studying weather conditions. We are studying weather conditions. Studying, पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं. अध्ययन कर रहे हैं, समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जानने समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. We are studying weather conditions in space.
In space.
We are attending weather conditions in space.
And we're doing experiments with plants.
And we are doing experiments with plants. We are doing experiments with plants. हम लोग plants के साथ experiment भी कर रहे हैं. We are doing experiments with plants.
To see how they grow in zero gravity.
To see how they grow in zero gravity. We are doing experiments with plants to see how they grow in zero gravity. We are doing experiments with plants to see how they grow in zero gravity. How they grow in zero gravity. To see how they grow in zero gravity. We are doing experiments with plants.
What do you do when you aren't working?
What do you do when you aren't working? What do you do when you aren't working? क्या करते हैं आप जब आप काम नहीं कर रहे होते हैं? What do you do when you aren't sleeping, Vishal? What do you do when you aren't sleeping? What do you do when you aren't working? What do you do when you aren't studying? What do you do when you aren't teaching, sir? You can ask me. क्या करते हैं जब आप पढ़ा नहीं रहे होते हैं? What do you do when you aren't working?
Well, I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on Earth.
Well, I spend a lot of time. I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on Earth. I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on Earth. हम बहुत सारा समय बिताते हैं. I spend a lot of time just looking down at you on Earth. I spend a lot of time looking down at you on Earth. वहां से अपने आप को ऊंचा देखता है, नीचे से करके देखता है. He sees the Earth, looking down at you on Earth. आप लोग को देखते हुए समय बिताते हैं बहुत सारा. I spend a lot of time looking down at you on Earth.
And I think how lucky I am to.
And I think how lucky I am. And I think how lucky I am. What does he think about? He thinks how lucky he is. He thinks about the people on earth, right? He also thinks how lucky he is. I think how lucky I am. I think how lucky I am to be here. How lucky I am to be here. How lucky I am to be here. The children in my school will soon feel this way. How lucky we are to be in this school. You know, they will soon feel this because they will not find the kind of teachers we have anywhere else. You know, in a small town like Bihar Sharif, you find teachers of every subject. Of course, every school has teachers, right? Lovely teachers. But then teachers who understand their craft so well, teachers who understand their subject so well that they don't need any preparation for teaching, you know. They are so good. They can go into the class and help the students. No matter what the students ask, they are always ready with a good answer. Such teachers are rare. And if the students have those teachers, they will definitely appreciate it. And they will say, how lucky we are to be in this school. Have you started feeling this, Vishal, already? You know, you were studying at the same school with different teachers. You know how you studied English and everything, right? How lucky I am to be here. कितने lucky हम कि हम यहाँ हैं. How lucky I am to be here. How lucky, Shvankar, if you want to flatter your wife, flatter मतलब किसी को खुश करना, कुछ अच्छा बोल के, flatter, okay? Flatter. If you want to flatter your wife, you know the sentence, right? You know what? How lucky I am. Sometimes I think how lucky I am to be your husband. How lucky I am to be married to you. Okay? किसी को flatter करना है तो कितना अच्छा ये लाइनें बोलने के लिए.
Yeah.
If my wife wants to flatter me, she'll say, you know what? I think how lucky I am to be your wife. And I will say, yes, you're right. You're very lucky. Okay. How lucky I am. Or maybe she will say the other way, the other thing, how unlucky I am to be your wife. Right. How lucky I am to be here. तो मेरे को फ्लैटर करो शुभांकर, मेरे को मक्खन लगाओ तो. How lucky I am to be here, to be your student, sir, to be your. मक्खन लगा दिया, अच्छे से लगाओ, है ना. मुझे मक्खन लगवाना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. How lucky I am to be here. क्या किया? Go. Yeah.
And I wish that everyone could see the Earth from space.
And I wish that everybody could see Earth. I wish that everyone could see Earth from space. और मैं यही मनाता हूं कि सब लोग देख पाते स्पेस से अर्थ को ना. I wish everyone could see Earth from space. I wish everybody could see Earth from space. Any problems? अच्छा, ये सेंटेंस पे ध्यान देना है. मैं मनाता हूं, मैं मनाता हूं. आई विश, मैं मनाता हूं कि धरती चपटी होती.
I wish
The earth
I wish that
were flat. Were flat. अच्छा,
were
गौर करना है,
flat.
यहाँ could बोला उसने. I wish
yes.
that everyone could see. अब मुझे बताओ, ये could past tense में यूज होता है ना नॉर्मली. नॉर्मली
Yeah,
past
yeah.
tense में use होता है ना. could see, I could see past tense, I can see present tense, I could see past tense. तो past tense यूज क्या past के बारे में बात कर रहा है वो.
No,
लेकिन वो
he's
unreal बातें
talking.
कर रहा है. अनरियल, जो
Yeah,
हो
yeah.
नहीं सकता.
Unreal.
Real, yes, sir.
तो अगर मैं कहता काश मैं लड़की होता, आई विश
If I were a girl,
आई वर अ गर्ल.
You were a
काश मैं
girl.
ऋतिक रोशन की तरह डांस कर पाता. आई विश
yeah,
आई कैन डांस और आई कुड
I
डांस.
could
I could
dance like a
dance
क्योंकि
like
like
होने वाली बात
Hrithik
है नहीं,
Roshan.
ठीक है, इसीलिए आई विश आई कुड डांस लाइक ऋतिक रोशन. आई विश आई कुड डांस लाइक ऋतिक रोशन. बोलो, आई विश आई कुड डांस लाइक ऋतिक रोशन.
Hrithik Roshan.
काश मैं अरिजीत सिंह की तरह गा पाता.
I wish I could sing
I wish I could sing
like Arijit Singh.
I wish I could sing like Arijit Singh. When he sings Khamoshiyan, people become Khamosh, right? And when I sing Khamoshiyan, then people say Khamosh. Okay, that's the difference between my singing and Arijit Singh singing. When Arijit Singh sings, people become Khamosh. And when I sing, people want to make me Khamosh. Okay, so Khamoshiyan. Yeah, what a lovely song. Okay. I wish everybody could see Earth from space.
Maybe people would stop fighting.
Maybe people would stop fighting. कुछ और बोलना है? काश मैं आपकी तरह खाना बना पाता या बना पाती. कैसे बोलेंगे? नहीं,
I wish
ये
I
क्या
could
बोल रहे हो?
understand English like
काश मैं
you.
तुम्हारी तरह खाना बना पाता, इसमें मैं भी कहाँ से आया यार? तुम खाली पीछे वाला लाइन बोलते हो, समझ नहीं बनाते हो। अब बोलो बेटा, काश मैं आपकी तरह खाना बना पाता।
I wish
I
I
wish
could
I
make
could
I could make
Good.
cook like
make
you.
food like you.
Right? Any problems? आगे सुनो। Maybe people would stop fighting. Maybe people would, हो सकता है लोग लड़ाई बंद कर दें। Maybe people would stop fighting. Maybe people would stop fighting
if they could see how beautiful our planet is.
if they could see how beautiful our planet is. If they could see how beautiful our planet is. Maybe people would stop fighting if they could see how beautiful our planet is. लोग लड़ना बंद कर देते। People would stop fighting.
Fighting.
People would stop fighting. हिंदी,
Fighting.
लोग लड़ना बंद कर
बंद कर
देते।
देते।
बंद कर देते।
हाइपोथेटिकल बात है कि नहीं है?
Yes,
इमेजिनरी, जो हुआ नहीं, जो होगा नहीं, लेकिन ऐसा सोच रहा है वो। लोग लड़ना बंद कर देते। People would stop fighting if they could see how beautiful our earth is. अगर तुमको पता चल जाता कि हम कितना प्यार करते हैं तुमसे, तो तुम किसी और से शादी कभी नहीं करते। लेकिन तुम कर रही हो शादी, तुम किसी और से शादी करने वाली हो, क्योंकि तुमको एहसास नहीं कि हम तुमको कितना प्यार करते। Maybe you would not marry that person. You would not marry anybody else. You would not marry. आप नहीं करते शादी। You would not marry. ये पास्ट के बारे में बात नहीं हो रहा दोस्तों, ओके? हाइपोथेटिकल बात हो रहा है। आप सिर्फ मुझसे शादी करते। You would only marry me. कैसे बोलेंगे?
You would only marry me.
You would only marry me. अगर आपको पता चल जाता कि हम आपको कितना चाहते हैं। If you could
If you
know,
could know,
learn how
if
much
you
I
could
love
know.
you. If you could learn, if you could see, if you could know, अगर आप जान पाते, अगर आप देख पाते, if you could see how much I love you. लेकिन ऐसा होगा नहीं, ऐसे होने के चांसेस नहीं है। ये पास्ट के बारे में बात नहीं हो रही दोस्तों, ओके? ये क्या कह रहा है? लोग लड़ना बंद कर देते कब? फ्यूचर में कि पास्ट में?
Future,
है ना?
hypothetical
ओके,
situation.
पास्ट की बात नहीं हो रही ना, लेकिन फिर
No,
भी हम
sir.
पास्ट टेंस यूज कर रहे हैं। पीपल कुड सी हाउ ब्यूटीफुल आवर अर्थ इज। आगे देखते हैं। अगर मैं तुम्हें 5,000 रुपए दूं तो तुम क्या करोगे? तुम क्या करोगे? What would you do? What would
Would
you
you do?
do?
Do if
Will you
I
do नहीं
could
बोलेंगे,
Would you
would you do, क्योंकि हम देंगे आपको 5,000 रुपए।
Would you do?
if I gave
हम दे
you
रहे हैं आपको
what
5,000 रुपए, नहीं ना?
If I
हाइपोथेटिकल।
gave you
हाइपोथेटिकल
5,000
ऐसे,
rupees,
what would you do if
what would you
I
do?
gave you 5,000 रुपए? यहाँ gave क्यों बोल रहा है, V2 क्यों बोल रहा है? ये हाइपोथेटिकल
Cause
बात है, इसीलिए हाइपोथेटिकल बात करने के लिए।
me too.
लेकिन देखना, दो हिस्से हैं। व्हाट वुड यू डू, तुम क्या करते,
what would
क्या
you do?
करोगे? इफ आई गेव यू, इफ वाला पार्ट पे देखना, इफ आई गेव यू। आप किसको मिलने जाते अगर आप उड़ पाते? हु वुड यू विजिट फर्स्ट इफ यू could fly? Renu, who would you visit first if you could fly? Flatter me, Renu, मुझे
Yeah,
flatter
yeah,
करिए। Yeah,
definitely. If
I would,
I would fly,
I would fly
definitely
and
I
visit
could.
you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I would fly and visit you. जैसे आपने ये बात
I
बोला,
would
मैं
fly and
मुझे आपने
visit
क्या
you.
किया? फ्लैटर किया। क्या किया?
Yes, sir.
तो फ्लैटर
Flatter.
करना मतलब क्या होता है? किसी को अच्छी अच्छी बातें बोलना ताकि वो खुश महसूस करे, राइट? तो इसको क्या कहते हैं इंग्लिश में? फ्लैटर करना।
Flatter.
Okay?
Do flatter? Flatter?
Flatter, F-L-A-T-T-E-R, flatter. Some students love flattering their teachers, na? Some students love flattering their teachers. My students are not like that. They don't flatter me. They only say what they feel. Otherwise, they know I won't like it if they flatter me. Okay. ध्यान दीजिएगा. कहाँ किससे मिलने आते? Who would you visit first? Who would you? यहाँ would क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Hypothetical बात बोल रहे हैं इसलिए. Will you नहीं बोलोगे. Will से होगा real बात. ठीक है? Who will you meet tomorrow? Who will you meet tomorrow? कल किससे मिलोगे तुम? ठीक है? ये will चलेगा. लेकिन मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि आप किससे मिलते हैं? हाइपोथेटिकल. अगर आप उड़ पाते, उड़ के जा सकते किसी के घर. If you could fly, who would you visit first? Rishikesh, Adib, who would you visit first if you could fly? I have another question for you. How many gold coins would you make every day if you could change normal coins into gold coins with magic? How many gold coins would you make every day if you could change normal coins into gold coins? One every day, 10 every day, 2, 3 every day, hundreds every day, 1,000 coins every day.
As many as possible, I could.
As many as possible in one day.
In one day.
Yes, sir.
Because who knows, tomorrow you would lose that magical power,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
That's how humans think, you know. They don't feel very sure of their future. Isn't it? Imagine somebody had this magical power. They could change normal coins into gold coins with just some words. They would say some words and that coin would change into a gold coin. And if one person had that power, would that person be happy? Maybe yes. Maybe not. He would spend all his time changing coins into gold coins instead of enjoying life.
Yeah.
He would say, okay, I will enjoy life after I change these coins into gold coins. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, let's change some more coins into gold coins. Okay, some more coins into gold coins. And if that person was smart, he would say, now I'll do it. I have already changed 1,000 coins into gold coins, 1 lakh coins into gold coins. Let's take a break. Let's enjoy life for some days. Every day for 1 hour, I'll change coins into gold coins. That's human life, that's human nature. Human nature is not appropriate or right nature, right, attitude to be happy. We can't be happy. Because we are always searching something. And those who are searching something cannot be happy all the time. They will be happy in bits and pieces, in moments, but they will not be happy all the time. Because our nature is such. We cannot just... Happy means, you know what I mean? Happy means like, satisfied, contented. It's not easy. We are always looking for something more, something new. It is part of our nature. We made bulbs, light bulbs, yellow bulbs, amazing. And then we wanted light bulbs, yellow bulbs. They take a lot of electricity. Why can't we get more light and consume less electricity? Then came these CFLs. CFLs are good, but something better. Then came LED lights. LED, 9 watts, 8 watts, and lots of light. Well, in 50 years' time, 100 years' time, there would be something else. I'm sure. Humans are not going to rest. Humans are not going to relax unless they destroy themselves. Okay, that was the audio file. अगर वो मेरे से पूछेगी, मुझे पता नहीं पूछेगी, अगर वो मेरे से पूछेगी तो हम हाँ बोल देंगे, पता है, लेकिन पूछेगी नहीं.
If he asked me,
He would ask me.
नहीं, if she
I,
asked me, if वाले में
if
past
she
tense,
asked, if
I
she
would say
asked
yes.
me,
I would say
I would
yes.
say yes.
I would say yes.
If she asks me, I would say yes.
I would say yes. What would you grow if you could grow clothes on trees? Sari?
Sir, come again.
What would you grow? What would you grow if you could grow clothes on trees? Did you understand the question, Monu? What would you grow if you could grow clothes on trees? समझ में आ रहा है? तुम्हें
Sir,
भी?
I would grow expensive sarees.
For your wife. Okay. What would you grow? आप क्या grow करते, उगाते? If you could grow, अगर आप उगा पाते, if you could grow clothes on trees.
I would grow all branded clothes on tree.
It would grow
Like Zara,
branded clothes.
like
Zara,
Adidas, Reebok.
okay, not bad, not bad. Where would you take me? Where would you take me if you had one day to spend with me? Where would you take me? मुझे कहाँ ले जाते अगर आप मेरे साथ एक दिन आपका होता कि सर के साथ बिताना है एक दिन? Where would you take me? Where would you take me? Hypothetical बात है ना ये सारी. देखिए would का कैसे ही. Where would you take me? आप कहाँ ले जाते मुझे?
Where would
If
you
you
take
had
me?
one day with me, had, have नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. If you had, we too. If you had one day with me, where would you take me? लगता है ये लोग हमको लिविंग रूम में छोड़ देता है. The way they are silent, they would just leave me in the living room. They wouldn't take me anywhere. They would say, sir, बैठ के टीवी देखिए.
Sir, I want to spend time with you. That time I learn something new.
हाँ.
I want to speak whole day with you in English.
So where would you take me?
Sir, I would take you to
I
mall.
I would take you to my house.
Your village house,
No, sir.
Delhi house,
Yeah,
Sasral.
yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. She would take me to her house. And you, Renu, what did you say?
I would take you to mall.
You would take me to the mall. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
And you would ask me to buy things for you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right answer,
You would
sir.
take me to the
No,
mall.
I didn't do this. I don't do this.
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do this.
No. I asked, I told to you.
टोल नहीं
Why?
आपको would बोलना चाहिए ना.
Yes, sir.
सब
I
चीज.
would ask.
हाँ.
I would say to you, please, sir, um,
Buy something
please, for me.
for me. You would ask me to buy something for you.
Yeah, sir.
So that's what I said. Yeah. यही तो आप करती. You would take me to the mall and you
Yeah.
would ask me to buy something for you.
Yeah, sir.
ये
Yes.
देख लो यार क्या ही करा है. I asked my students, if they had you've been sleeping. Your face says that. After the class, you need to have a bath. Aditi has been working very hard lately. I hope she sticks to this routine, Okay, yeah. Ravi, Shubhankar, Rishikesh, you are not answering. Where would you take me if you could, if you had
I
one day
would
with me?
like to take go
I
with
would like,
का
I
झरना sir.
would like to field, sir.
You would take
Village
me to
field.
the field. You would take me to the field. खेत में ले जाते.
Yes, sir.
And you
And
would put me in place of the bell.
different kinds fruit.
He would put me in place of the bell. Wow. क्या बात है. Or
Sir,
he would, yes, Shubhankar.
if you had one day with me, I would take you to a silent place, and I would learn something which I don't know about English grammar rules.
Okay. And where would you take me? To which place?
Uh, yeah, to a silent place like
To a quiet place. To a quiet
riverside.
place. Okay.
To
To
a
a quiet place.
yeah,
Got it.
to a quiet place.
Okay. You would take me to a quiet place where he could learn something from me. Okay. All right. He would learn more from me if you take, if you could, if you took me to, if you took me to. अब देखिए मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. You would learn more. आप मुझसे ज्यादा सीखते. If you would learn more if you took me to a noisy place or a place with a lot of activities, because if more is happening around me, I would speak more about those things and you would learn, right? All right, guys. Lovely. Great.
If
Yeah.
you have a one day, so I would take you to go with Coca-Cola,
Okay, I would
and
take you to Kakulat. I would take you to Kakulat.
I would take you to Coca-Cola
Hmm.
and spend more time,
Hmm.
and I buy a 1 kg chicken.
I buy नहीं बोलना था ना.
I would buy a 1 kg chicken,
Hmm.
and you cook for me.
Wow. 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 Mutton would be better than chicken now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you allow, so next month is possible.
Yeah, Kakolat sounds great. I'm
And
not
I'll sponsor for you.
I'm not saying no to it. I'm not saying no to it, but I'm not saying yes at the moment, but I'm not saying no. Means why not? Maybe if the circumstances are good, why not? If the
Because
situation
next
allowed
month I'll come in the hometown.
in the month of May.
Yeah. If you
Lovely.
allow, so I'll sponsor.
Definitely, I will let you know. I will let you know.
Sir,
Vishal,
is it a
where would you take me if you had one day with me? I mean, you spend all your time here with me, I know. But hmm, to your village, right, in summer. And we would go to your orchards where you have mangoes and all, right? Okay, everybody understood. If you're talking about hypothetical matters, imaginary ideas, how you talk, write a
And
couple of sentences.
I would take more benefit because in Coca-Cola, there is lots of tree and hills and lots of different kind of view. So you speak more and I learn more.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Lovely. I hope you benefited from this conversation round.
Sir, have you visited? Have you been visited? Coca-Cola?
Have I visited where?
Coca-Cola?
Many times, several
And
times.
in these days.
Recently, I haven't been there. Recently, I haven't been there. I've been there, but I haven't been there recently. The last time I went was maybe 6, 7 years ago, or maybe more.
In these days, it's very beautiful, sir.
I hear that. My friend went a couple of weeks ago, and he shared some photos. Yeah. Now, this is over. Please listen to the audio again. Several times. Sanyukta ma'am isn't here. What a pity. She wanted to. And write, guys, you had to write a text comparing and contrasting two people from your family. Remember? Page number 115, I asked you.
Sir, can you put the page in the group?
Which one?
Uh, which one you were talking about?
I'm talking about page number 115. This is the homework for you people. Our productivity has suffered a lot, has taken a hit because of the weather, really hot weather. Renu, is the weather really hot in your place as well? Exceptionally hot in the month of April?
Yes, sir.
Unusually hot it is. Shubhankar, is it hot in Japan as well these days?
Sir, I feel
No, it's
in
not
these
hot.
days, where do I live? In a
It's
desert or
perfect
in
weather
Delhi?
right now.
What were you saying, Ravi?
I'm saying, sir, where do I live? I sometimes I feel I live in a desert or I live in a Delhi in these days.
Yeah, Delhi is very hot in summer. Very, very hot. Delhi is not a nice place to be, either in summer or in winter. The weather is extreme in Delhi. Delhi ki sardi, there is a song. It's so cold in Delhi, in winter and hot. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. When you live in a winter, so it will goes more than 5 or 4 degrees.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So we are going to start a new unit, but not today.
Sir, could you explain what done with this homework, sir?
Which
You can all
you have to write.
115, page 115.
You have to write a text comparing and contrasting two people from your family. Just like the girl in the text is talking about her two brothers,
Mm.
similarly, you are going to talk about two people in your family. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
You can talk about their looks, their character, personality, their hobbies, interests. Don't forget to use words like but, so, because, and, although, when, all these words. Try to use them until, use these words in your text. You can read the text as well. Ruksar, why are you off camera, Ruksar? And Shama,
Sir, yes, sir.
why are you off camera, beta?
My daughter is very crying, sir. So I off the camera.
Okay, beta.
Yeah.
Everybody, I think we will start Unit 11 tomorrow, going far. We will start it tomorrow, okay? Is that fine?
Yeah, sure.
But today, I want you to just do this, the starter section. Everyone, look at the starter section. How many sentences can you make?
Can make 2 sentences. Sir, we can make 3 sentences.
Total 6. Okay. What is the sentence here with soon?
I'm going to India soon.
I'm going to India soon, or I went to India soon?
I'm going to India
I'm
soon.
going to India
Going
soon.
to India soon. जल्दी हम भारत जाने वाले. I'm going to India soon. When I was a student.
I went to India.
I went to India when I was
when I
student.
was a student.
I went to India when I was a student. Next month.
I'm going to India
I'm
next
going
month.
to
Going to India
next
month.
month.
I'm going to India next month. Next. In a year's time.
I went to India 2 years ago.
I went to India 2 years ago.
But there is a phrase in a year's time. What about that?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to India in a year's time.
I'm going to India in a year's time. एक साल में भारत जाएंगे. एक साल बाद जाएंगे भारत. I'm going to India in a year's time. Okay. Next. When I retire.
I'm going to India.
When I retire, I went to India when I retire.
No.
No, I'm going to India when I
I'm going to
retire.
India when I retire. जब हम retire करेंगे तो भारत जाएंगे. I'm going to India when I retire.
When I retire.
I'm going to India when I retire. When I retire, जब हम retire करेंगे, हम भारत जाएंगे. ठीक है, हम आपको I will take you on a world tour when I buy an aeroplane. When I buy an aeroplane. जब हम aeroplane खरीदेंगे तो आपको पूरी दुनिया घुमाने ले जाएंगे. I am going to take you on a world tour when I buy an aeroplane.
When I will नहीं होगा सर.
Come again.
When I will buy.
नहीं, यही तो पॉइंट है रेनू. और मैं समझता हूँ सब लोग इस बात पे गौर कर रहे हो.
When I buy.
जब मैं शादी करूंगा तो आपके साथ नहीं रहूंगा. I will not live with you. When I
I'm married.
get married. When I get married. When I retire. When I get married.
When I get married.
जब मैं शादी करूंगा तो आपको इनवाइट करूंगा. I'm going to invite you.
I'm going to invite you when I get married.
When I
get married.
When I get married. When I get married. ध्यान रखो इस बात पे. जैसे रेनू ने गौर करा, अगर आपका ध्यान है तो आप गौर करो कि विल नहीं बोलेंगे सर. नहीं बोलेंगे. When I get married. When I will invite you. I'm going to invite you when I get married. तुम दोबारा शादी कर लेना जब मैं मर जाऊंगा. You will marry again. You will marry the second time when I die.
When I die.
Got it? So that's all for today, guys. We will start Unit 11. We have started the started section, and we will study Unit 11 tomorrow. And I think in the practice book there are some pages. Finish Unit 11 in the practice book. Unit 10, sorry. Finish Unit 10 in the practice book, everybody. Finish Unit 10 in the practice book.
Okay,
I'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night.
Sir.
Bye-bye. Good
Bye,
night,
sir.
everyone. Good night.
Bye,
Good
sir.
night. Good night. Good night.